Hey guys, Joe Pye here at Advanced Innovations. Welcome back to the shop. You know, when I post a video, I would hope that the people watching the video take something away from it. They're either better, faster, safer, something. Now the kind of videos where you just watch people build stuff, you know, I like videos like that, how it's made, those kind of programs, love them. But I really like taking something away from a video that I watch. Now today's video is going to be for woodworking or metalworking. Now I'm not going to go down the hey, you know, I'm going to start doing wood projects in my shop. I may, but I'm primarily a metal channel, so if you're tuning in for that, then you won't be disappointed. This tool right here, against my shirt, it's called a strap wrench. It can develop a tremendous amount of torque. It's used for primarily oil filters, turning things, tightening things, unloosening things that you don't want to mar, because it's usually got some type of canvas belt or reinforced strap like this one. Now there is a situation on an engine lathe that is nearly identical in its physical properties to a strap wrench, and you may not be aware of it, and you might have done something 1,000 times, but to raise your awareness, I'm going to show you the setup that could potentially bite you, and believe me, when it happens in the blink of an eye. And it'll happen to woodworkers as well as metal workers, which is why I said that in the beginning. So let's take a walk out to the lathe. I am going to show you something that you've done 1,000 times, and if you're a woodworker, probably 10,000 times. And just raise your level of awareness so that you don't potentially get bit by something that you had no idea could bite you. Let's take a walk. Okay guys, just so you can relate to the effect that I am going to demonstrate on a smaller scale, I'm going to show you the strap wrench on a larger piece first, just so you get an idea how these things work. Bear with me on this if you know what it is. This is a fairly basic instrument. Strap goes around the part, take the slack out of it. The belt is being pulled down by the handle. The handle is now biting down on the belt itself. Quickly reposition it. There you go. Simple. A lot of leverage, a lot of grip, a lot of pinch. Pinch is the good word. There you go, strap wrench. Let's change this over to a collet, put a shaft in here, and show you how you could get hurt. Okay, for safety purposes, I am not going to turn this machine on, because this happens so fast that it's just not something I want to risk my fingers just to demonstrate. I know that I am guilty of this, and therefore I'll bet you there's a million other guys that are guilty of this. How many of you wrap your paper around your part like this and then sand it back and forth, right? Well, as you're doing this, the material that's being removed is starting to clog the emery. So there's starting to be more friction in here. That's why when you move it back and forth, you see all the dust falling and you see a better finish coming along, right? Well, as this turns, as the friction builds up in the back side of this strap, and you get closer, or you even start with your fingers here, that's when you have the strap wrench effect. I'm going to change over to some foam here and rotate the machine by hand just to show you exactly what happens. So let's say you're pinching your emery and it binds. As the top passes under the bottom, whoop, there goes your finger. Your finger is going in with the emery. And your first inclination is to pull back. And the only thing that happens when you pull back is you make it tighter. It's just easier to let go, but that's not the natural reaction. When something pulls, you recoil, you pull back. If you're going to do emery on a shaft, do not put your fingers close to the loop. When it spins and when it grabs, you're going to go in. If you're lucky, the emery will tear and you only have a dented fingernail or lose the fingernail. But if your finger goes halfway around before the emery tears, then you're going to have a broken finger. If you're going to hold emery to do an operation like this, do not hold the emery to the side. As it comes out of your hand, if it pulls and wraps, it's going to be like a bandsaw blade and it's going to cut you. Hold it top and bottom and hold it at a good distance. If it wants to pull, if it wants to wrap up, let it pull out of your hand and just say, fine, you can have it. Do not turn your emery into a strap wrench and get sucked into your part lose a fingernail, or break your fingers. It does happen. It will happen. Please be aware. All right, well, I know that there are probably some of the guys that just watched this video that have said, man, that happened to me. And if that has happened to you, if you've had that oh my God moment where you've had the emery jerked out of your fingers or potentially been pulled in by your emery that you were holding, leave it in the comment line below and let everybody else know that this is a very real possibility that this can and does happen. Anyway, I hope you're a little bit safer. Please be aware, keep your fingers away from the pinch. If you're going to use emery over and back to you on a part that you're sanding down, hold it well away from the spindle that's turning. If it wants to pull, let it go. Okay? Don't chase it into the part, and don't hold it right up against the part that you're trying to shine or sand down. Bad idea. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do appreciate it. Joe Pye, Advanced Innovations, Austin, Texas. I'm out.